Nick Carter. All right, I just finished filming this in my ASMR voice, so my voice is kind of raspy from whispering, and I'll be clearing my throat a lot, but like 2 people are going to watch this, so it's fine. Nicholas Gene Carter, right? If you don't know who he is basically a nobody now. And I say that as a nobody, but I never was a somebody, so who the hell cares? Nick Gene Carter was a member of Backstreet Boys, and he is also the older brother of Aaron Carter, who just passed away. I think it's been like a month around Thanksgiving. Aaron Carter had struggled with substance abuse for many years, so this is kind of like that child star that this keeps repeating itself. This child star that grows up and they had like a lot of trauma from the past and they turn to addiction, and a lot of them get stuck in that. So that's kind of what happened with Aaron. Nick, the older brother, I mean, if I really look, when I was looking at these pictures of him, I think he struggles with addiction too. I just don't think that it's as public. He has the look. Okay, I'm in recovery, so I know when somebody has the look. I've been in recovery for many years, but I know the look, all right? And so anyways, Nick Carter apparently over the years has had several allegations of, I have avocado under my nail, has had several allegations of forcing himself upon women, young women, women that have not even experienced anything of that nature before. So he has a type, right? Some of these sources have remained anonymous, and I don't believe anything up until now has went all the way into like prosecution, into court fully. I don't know if he's done anything to settle these allegations or not, or if they've just like said their piece and then went on, because who are we to say what extent they need to take this to? We can't. So that's why he's just a free man. He's free to make a family and free to make reality shows and continue doing his thing, living his life, because he has not been held accountable. And right now, there is a woman that is fully going through with the prosecution now, even though she says what happened like 20 years ago. The statute of limitations is up in like a month for her to do anything about what happened, so she's going through with it. This woman has autism, and then she also has like a mobility, I should have looked this up. It might be spina bifida, but there's something mobility-wise also. So there's autism, and then there's like a physical element to her condition as well, which probably made her more vulnerable to his attack. She alleges that she went to a concert or an event of some sort, and he invited her onto his tour bus. And he offered her a drink, and she's like, "Oh, I don't drink alcohol." She is on medications and such for her stuff, and that she was also underage, so she wasn't supposed to be drinking to start with. And he's like, "Oh, no problem. I'll get you some," he called it VIP juice. Right? Super sus. So he gets her a glass of VIP juice. She starts drinking it, and she said it tastes funny. Well, she's not a drinker, so she doesn't know that if it's icky, it's probably alcoholic, right? Now she says she's pretty sure that was cranberry and liquor. So she drinks it, and it probably is intensified by her medications as well. She hangs out for a few minutes. Everything's okay. She's nervous and stuff, and he takes her to the bathroom and starts touching her and going further, and she crying and saying like she doesn't want to do this stuff and he just doesn't care. So he does what he does with her in the bathroom, and then he takes her out of the bathroom and continues to do stuff with her like in the living area or the bedroom area of the bus. And she did tell, she told her family and stuff, but she didn't go through with any prosecution. Well, Nick's PR, or Nick himself, I'm not sure, is like, this isn't true. She has changed her story over the years, blah, blah, blah. That's his rebuttal, and whatever. He's going to have to tell it to the judge, or tell it to the jury. I don't know. Well, that's not his only case either. So let's pause there. Sloan, my guy Sloan, has a channel I love on YouTube, and he did the whole case. He covered this whole thing. And apparently what he does, I believe, is like he has his team gather some information, and then he compiles what he wants, and then he gives his video, right? So he's not making anything up. He's not exposing anybody. This is all out there. It's just gathered and given, He's not an investigator. He's a YouTuber. So Sloan, he's got a good following and stuff. Well, when this cover that he did of this, I call it a cover, I don't know, whatever, he did this piece about Nick Carter and what's happening right now. And when that hit around 100,000 views, like I watched it, and then later that day, I saw that Sloan had posted again, kind of similar title, something about, Nick Carter. And I was about to go to bed. I'm like, well, I'll watch that one in the morning, and why do you make another one so fast? And I woke up in the morning and it wasn't there, but there was other ones. There was a lot popping up about Sloan, like videos about Sloan. I'm like, well, this is weird. What the heck's going on? So I started watching them. Well, I got to see some of Sloan's video that he had taken down. I can't find it through the clips that all these other videos were showing. So I was like piecing them all together. But I guess what happened is when he hit about 100,000 views, him and his dad started getting messages from the Carters. Mainly, I believe, Nick Carter's wife. Her name is Lauren Kitt. So Lauren starts sending these threatening messages to Sloan's dad. How'd she get his dad's number? And Sloan, saying like, if you don't take these down, there are going to be some serious repercussions, etc., etc. And the clips that I saw of Sloan after he's receiving these messages, he's like shaking and he's visibly distraught. Like he's in panic mode, and this is, I think the messages kept getting like more and more intense, and like we're like on the outside. So looking at these messages, I'm like, who the hell is Lauren Kitt? Like, you're going to have to change your name if you want to act hard. No Lauren Kitt is going to get up in my face. All right. So, and then why are you messaging me about your husband? Where's your husband? What's going on? And why are you with this guy that does this to women? Okay, I have questions. Also, if Sloan just made a video saying like Nick Carter is very likely a horrible person, aren't you kind of just proving that by attacking him in this way? Attacking his dad in this way? So anyways, Sloan, I don't think he's posted since. I think he's like probably just dealing with all this right now, and that's horrible. Like he shouldn't have to. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything but make a piece about what was already out there. Also, so these other women that have posted anonymously have very similar stories to how he went about attacking them. And another star, she was a star at the same time as him, like a pop star. She was in another group that I don't know these groups. I was not into this kind of music, but she was kind of like a rising pop star, and so was he. So their PR team, their PR people suggested that they date just for the sake of, popularity's sake. Like, oh, it would be cool. It would be so awesome. It would be so cool if you two dated for the public eye, even though she had a boyfriend. So what they were telling them is like, you guys fake date. for the public eye. How can we trust anything that happens in Hollywood when PR people are just like, you and you, fake date? Okay, and then they do it. Like, and these are teenagers. Like, you shouldn't be able to tell teenagers to fake date. Like, it's not even a fiction show. It's like, this is their life. No wonder they're getting so messed up, right? So they start fake dating, and for whatever reason, they hang out too. And she's hanging out at his place. So she's already on his ground. She does have a friend with her, but she's on his territory, right? And she has the same story. He took her, I think they were drinking, but I'm not sure, but she was, I want to say 17 at the time. He took her in the bathroom and did the same thing. He started there, and she ended up drawing a line somewhere like, okay, that's enough is enough. And he didn't take no for an answer. And he proceeded to do everything he wanted to do to her and took her out of the bathroom and to the bedroom, whatever. So that's two stories why are they the same? Like, I'm thinking this has to be true because that's how you do it. And then the anonymous sources also have that same story. Now, granted, this was all a long time ago, but if he hasn't been to court, he hasn't served, then the time is now. Maybe you've changed. I don't know, but you still have to deal with what you did in the past. And why would we think you've changed at all if your family is threatening people and acting like this? Like, we have no reason to believe you're a changed person whatsoever. Even if you have changed, you owe these people some kind of accountability and justice, right? So, the kicker, like the seal, the deal, like what in my mind proves that he had to have done this is that all of these women have tested positive for the same incurable infection. And they had all been totally inexperienced. They say they were totally inexperienced before this episode with Nick. So if they all had a clean bill of health before this incident, and then after they say this happened, they all have the same incurable infection, how is there any other? It has to be true. Like, there's no way they could all go out and get the same infection and all make this up. They have receipts, right? And granted, yes, you can pick up an infection from anybody, but it wouldn't all be their medical charts would be varying if there was varying men involved. So, in my head, he did it. In my head, he needs to be ran through the dirt all over, which is happening because now this Lauren lady thinks she's going to message Sloan and have Sloan take this down. Okay. Sloan didn't take it down. Sloan did take the one he made later down, I think. But now there's dozens, if not hundreds of videos popping up about how you've treated Sloan. So you made this 1,000,000 times worse for you guys. Good job. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Let me know what you think, all two of you. Yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I will see y'all later.